All right, let's dive into Switzerland.
Ooh, Switzerland.
Yeah, are you ready for this?
I'm so ready. Let's do it.
Okay, great. I am so excited about this deep dive. This is going to be Switzerland for first timers.
First timers.
Yeah. So if you've never been to Switzerland and you're thinking about planning that first trip,
Yes.
we've got you covered. We are going to kind of go through and help you build that perfect itinerary.
Exactly. There's a ton of information out there online about Switzerland.
Right, the cons.
But we're going to try to make it a little easier for you and break it down into the essentials.
Yeah, and we're going to have some fun along the way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. Why Switzerland?
Well, Switzerland has this reputation, and I think it's well-deserved for just having these breathtaking mountains, these pristine lakes,
Yeah.
Vibrant cities, rich culture,
Mm.
delicious food,
Mm.
chocolate anyone.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. So it really offers this really unique blend of nature and culture and adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think what's so cool about Switzerland is that it's this kind of compact country
Yes.
where you can experience like all of that in a relatively short amount of time.
Exactly. You don't have to travel very far to get to,
Right.
from the mountains to the lakes to the cities.
Yeah. And it's so easy to get around,
Exactly.
which we'll talk about that later too.
Yes. Very much.
Okay, so Switzerland, amazing. We've established that.
Yes.
When is the best time to go? When should we plan this trip?
That's a great question. So Switzerland is truly a year-round destination.
Really?
It really depends on what you're looking for. So picture this. Springtime in the Alps. You have meadows bursting with wildflowers. The weather's mild.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then you have summer, those warm summer months, perfect for hiking and swimming in those turquoise lakes.
Okay, so we're talking like April, May for spring.
April, May, June, July, August for summer.
Okay.
Then you have autumn, which brings this whole different kind of beauty with golden hues painting the valleys and vineyards.
So we're talking September, October.
September, October.
Yeah.
And then you have winter,
Okay.
which transforms Switzerland into a paradise for skiers and snowboarders.
Yeah. I've heard it's incredible for skiing.
It is truly magical, and even if you're not into hitting the slopes, imagine cozying up in a chalet, sipping hot chocolate and soaking in those snowy landscapes.
Oh, that's so cozy.
And the Christmas markets?
Oh yeah, the Christmas markets are amazing.
They're magical. They're just magical.
Yeah, so really any time of year you can have an amazing experience in Switzerland.
Exactly. There's no bad time to go.
Okay, perfect. So we've got 3 weeks to plan this amazing itinerary.
Yes.
Where should we start?
Where should we start? I always recommend starting in Zurich.
Okay.
The vibrant city.
Yeah.
It's a great mix of modern and historic charm.
All right, so we get a little bit of city.
Yeah, you can spend a couple days there exploring the old town, wandering along the Limmat River, maybe even taking a dip in Lake Zurich on a hot day.
Ooh, I like that. So we get a little taste of city life before we venture out into the
Exactly.
into the countryside.
Perfect way to start your trip.
Okay, so Zurich and then
And then we head to Lucerne.
okay.
Lucerne is this breathtaking city nestled on the shores of Lake Lucerne, surrounded by mountains.
Oh wow.
You have the iconic Chapel Bridge.
Oh yeah.
You have the Lion Monument and Mount Pilatus,
Okay.
which offers panoramic views of the entire region.
Mount Pilatus. I've seen pictures. The views look incredible.
They are incredible. It's a must-do when you're in Lucerne.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what?
That way.
We could even hop on the Golden Pass line from Lucerne.
Ooh, the Golden Pass line. Okay, so I've always wanted to take one of those scenic train rides through the Alps.
This is one of the most scenic train journeys in the world.
Really?
You're gliding past sparkling lakes, charming villages, and those majestic alpine peaks. It's truly an unforgettable experience.
Okay, Golden Pass line is going on the list for sure.
Love it.
I'm feeling a little adventurous now. Where to next? Where should we go for some adrenaline pumping activity?
All right, next up, Interlaken,
Interlaken.
the adventure capital of Switzerland.
Oh.
This town is nestled between two stunning lakes, Lake Thun and Lake Brienz,
Okay.
and surrounded by mountains that are just begging to be explored.
All right. So Interlaken. Let's talk adventure.
Yeah.
What kind of adventures are we talking about here?
We're talking canyon swinging, paragliding,
Wow.
whitewater rafting,
Okay.
skydiving, you name it, Interlaken has it.
Wow, okay.
But even if you're not into extreme sports, there are plenty of hiking trails, boat tours, scenic viewpoints to enjoy.
Okay, so we can kind of choose our own adventure in Interlaken.
Exactly.
Okay,
Tailor it to your comfort level.
I like it.
Oh.
Now, Switzerland is famous for chocolate
Yes.
and cheese. I mean, am I
You're
right?
absolutely right.
And I'm a big fan of both. Is there a particular region or city that's a must visit for those of us who love to indulge in those treats?
You are in luck. Our next stop is the Gruyères region,
The Gruyere.
home to the world-famous Gruyères cheese and some of the best chocolate in Switzerland.
Oh my God.
So we can visit a traditional cheese factory, indulge in a chocolate tasting, and even explore the medieval town of Gruyères itself.
Ooh, a medieval town. That sounds amazing.
Like stepping back in time.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Okay, so we've got Zurich, Lucerne, the Golden Pass Line, Interlaken,
Yes.
Gruyères. What's next?
Let's head to the capital city.
Okay.
Bern. Bern has this incredibly charming old town,
Okay.
a UNESCO World Heritage Site,
Wow.
full of medieval architecture, cobblestone streets, those iconic fountains.
I've seen pictures.
It's beautiful. You can visit the Zeitglocke, the astronomical clock tower, or even take a dip in the Aar River.
Wait, a dip in the river?
Yeah, the Aar River flows right through the city.
Oh,
It's a local tradition, especially during the summer months.
okay.
People grab their inflatable rafts or they just jump in and float down the river, enjoying the views of the city.
That's amazing. Okay, so we're swimming in the Aar River when we go to Bern.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
You got it.
What else should we add to our Swiss adventure?
How about a taste of the French-speaking part of Switzerland?
Ooh,
Let's head to Montreux,
monsieur.
this glamorous town
Okay.
on the shores of Lake Geneva.
Lake Geneva.
Known for its mild climate, its beautiful promenade lined with palm trees, and its iconic Chillon Castle.
Chillon Castle. I've seen pictures of that. It looks like something straight out of a fairy tale.
It is. Chillon Castle is one of the most visited historical monuments in Switzerland.
Wow.
It's perched on a tiny island in Lake Geneva,
Okay.
full of history legends and stunning views. You can take a guided tour, explore the dungeons, imagine yourself as a knight or a princess back in medieval times.
I'm sold on that one. What about is there anything else that we can squeeze into our 3 weeks in Switzerland?
Well, how about a visit to Geneva,
Geneva.
the international city of Switzerland?
Go ahead.
Geneva is home to the United Nations headquarters, the Red Cross.
Wow.
Countless other international organizations. It's a global hub with a cosmopolitan vibe. It's worth exploring for a day or two.
Okay, so Geneva kind of has a different feel than the rest of Switzerland.
It does. It has this international flair.
I like it.
Yeah,
Okay, so we've got a jam-packed itinerary.
we do.
I'm already feeling a little overwhelmed. How do we even begin to tackle all of this in 3 weeks?
Don't worry. That's where the beauty of Switzerland's efficient transportation system comes in.
Okay.
We will break down each region day by day, figuring out the best way to get around, what to see, where to eat, and even some tips for saving money along the way.
Okay, good, because I was going to say Switzerland has this reputation for being really expensive.
It does. It can be pricey.
Yeah, so how can we make the most of our trip without breaking the bank?
That's a great question. That's a very important question.
Yeah.
There are definitely ways to make your trip more affordable.
Okay. I'm all ears. Hit us with your best tips.
Okay, first things first. The Swiss Travel Pass.
The Swiss Travel Pass.
Your best friend.
Okay, I've heard about this, but what exactly does it cover?
It covers almost all public transportation in Switzerland,
Really?
including those scenic train rides we talked about.
So the Golden Pass line?
The Golden Pass line, all of them.
Oh.
So for a 3-week trip, it's definitely worth it, especially if you plan to move around a lot. You can choose between different durations and options so we can figure out which one best suits your needs.
Okay, Swiss Travel Pass, check.
Check. What about accommodation?
Accommodation.
Yeah.
Yeah, hotels can be pretty expensive in Switzerland.
Yeah.
So look into hostels, guest houses, or even Airbnbs.
Okay.
They offer a more local experience and are often much more affordable.
Okay, hostels. Airbnb is good to know. What
Yeah.
about food? Food. Yes. We have to indulge in some fondue and raclette.
Of course.
Right.
But those could be pricey too.
They can be, especially if you go to those tourist traps.
Right.
So instead of eating at fancy restaurants every night,
Yep.
explore local markets and supermarkets for lunch and snacks. You can find delicious and affordable options,
Okay.
like fresh bread, cheese, fruits, even ready-to-eat meals.
So we can, like, picnic in those stunning landscapes.
Exactly. Picnics with a view.
I love it.
And for those fondue and raclette cravings, look for smaller, family-run restaurants.
Okay.
Or even consider trying it at your accommodation if they have kitchen facilities.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
It's often cheaper and just as delicious.
Perfect. Okay, I'm feeling much more confident about experiencing Switzerland without breaking the bank.
You got this.
We've got our Swiss travel pass, our alternative accommodation options, and our picnic plans.
You're going to have an amazing time.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground already. We've got a rough itinerary. We've talked about when to go. We have some budget-friendly tips.
We've made a good start.
Yes, we have. Now what?
Well, in the next part of our Swiss deep dive, we're going to take all this information and turn it into a detailed day-by-day itinerary.
Okay.
So you can truly make the most of your 3 weeks in Switzerland.
I can't wait for that.
Yes.
This is great. All right, so get ready for part 2, where we'll be mapping out your dream Swiss adventure.
I'm excited.
Me too. This is going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
All right, welcome back to our Swiss adventure.
Yes, I'm excited to dive into that day-by-day itinerary.
Me too. So we talked about, why Switzerland is such a fantastic destination.
Yeah.
We explored different regions. We even covered some budget tips.
We did.
But now it's time to really get down to the nitty-gritty.
Let's do it.
And create that day-by-day itinerary.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
So are you ready to bring this Swiss journey to life?
Let's do it. I am so ready.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So remember, this itinerary is a suggestion.
A suggestion.
Yes, you can adjust it to fit your interest.
Yeah.
Your pace.
Exactly.
All of that.
This is your trip.
Yeah, exactly. This is all about you.
Yes.
So let's start with those first few days in Zurich.
Okay. Day 1 is all about arrival and soaking up the city's vibe. So after you settle into your accommodation, take a stroll along Bahnhofstrasse's Zurich's upscale shopping street.
Bahnhofstrasse.
Yeah.
That's that really elegant street with all the high-end shops, right?
It is. It's a great place to just kind of get a feel for the city's energy.
Okay.
Yeah. You might not be buying a Rolex today, but window shopping is fun too.
It is.
So later, head to the Lindenhof,
Okay.
a hilltop park with incredible views of the city and the Limit River.
Oh, wow.
It's a perfect spot for a picnic dinner.
Dinner with a view. I love that idea.
Yes.
What about day 2?
Day 2 is all about delving deeper into Zurich's history and culture. So start with the Kunsthaus Zurich,
Okay.
one of the most important art museums in Switzerland. They have an incredible collection of works from medieval times to the present day.
Now, I'm not usually a big museum person,
Okay.
but I've heard great things about the Kunsthaus. What kind of art can we expect to see?
They have everything from Monet and Picasso to Swiss masters like Alberto Giacometti.
Wow.
So it's a really diverse and impressive collection.
Okay. I might have to check that out.
Yes, you should. After the museum, explore the charming Mieterdorf district, Zurich's old town.
Niederdorf.
Yes.
Okay. Any specific spots that we shouldn't miss while we're there?
Look for Cabaret Voltaire, the birthplace of the Dada art movement.
Okay.
It's a reminder that Zurich has a rebellious artistic side, too.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes. And in the evening, why not catch a performance at the Zurich Opera House?
The Opera House.
Yes, one of the most renowned opera houses in the world.
Wow. Okay. I'm adding that to the list.
Right.
What about day 3? Are we're heading to Lucerne?
Yes. Day 3, we pack our bags and we take a scenic train journey to Lucerne.
All right.
Upon arrival, check into your accommodation and then head straight to the Chapel Bridge.
The Chapel Bridge.
Yes, the symbol of Lucerne.
That iconic wooden bridge with all the paintings.
That's the one. It's a must-see.
Yeah.
And incredibly photogenic. Afterward, wander through the picturesque old town and visit the Lion Monument,
Really?
a poignant sculpture carved into a rock face. It's a tribute to Swiss soldiers who died protecting the French monarchy.
That sounds powerful.
It is. It's a very moving monument.
Okay, so day 4.
Day 4, we're taking a journey to the top of Mount Pilatus.
Mount Pilatus. Here we come.
Yes. You can choose to hike up, but I recommend taking the world's steepest cogwheel railway for the ultimate thrill.
The world's steepest cogwheel railway in.
Okay.
I'm there for it.
The views from the top are simply breathtaking panoramic vistas of the lake and the surrounding mountains.
Okay, and once we get to the top, what should we do?
There are hiking trails, restaurants, and even a toboggan run if you're feeling adventurous. You can easily spend a few hours soaking up the scenery and enjoying the fresh mountain air.
Mount Pilatus sounds like the perfect mix of adventure and
It is.
breathtaking scenery. Okay, now day 5, we're heading to Interlaken.
Yes. Day 5, we hop on the Golden Pass line.
The Golden Pass line.
One of the most scenic train journeys in the world.
Yes.
The train winds its way through stunning alpine landscapes, passing by sparkling lakes and charming villages. It's truly a journey to savor.
Now, this was high on my list.
Okay.
Do you have any tips for making the most of that train journey?
Make sure to book your seats in advance, especially if you're traveling during peak season. Choose a window seat on the right side of the train for the best views.
Okay, window seat on the right side.
Got it.
Yes.
And don't forget to pack some snacks and drinks because the journey takes a few hours.
Snacks and drinks, check, check, check.
Arr.
Okay. So we arrive in Interlaken in the afternoon. What should we do?
So, upon arrival in Interlaken, settle into your accommodation and then take a stroll along Hoyeweg Interlaken's main street.
Okay.
It's a lively street with shops, restaurants, and stunning views of the Jungfrau Massif.
Yeah.
For dinner, find a cozy restaurant and try some traditional Swiss dishes like raclette or fondue.
Raclette. I'm ready to dive into that Swiss cuisine.
Yes.
Okay, now day 6 is where the real adventure begins.
This is it.
That's right.
Day 6 is all about choosing your own adventure in Interlaken. So if you're an adrenaline junkie, try canyon swinging, paragliding, or whitewater rafting. There are countless companies offering these activities, so you'll have plenty of options to choose from.
Okay, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed already.
Okay.
What if we're not quite ready for the extreme stuff?
All right. If you prefer something a bit more laid back, take a boat trip on either Lake Thun or Lake Brienz. The scenery is stunning, and it's a relaxing way to spend a few hours. You can also rent a kayak or a paddleboard and explore the lakes at your own pace.
Okay.
Or for a truly unique experience, visit St. Beda's Caves.
St. Beda's Caves.
Yes.
What is that?
It's a series of impressive caves with waterfalls and stunning rock formations.
Wow, I've never even heard of those.
You're going to love it.
Okay, I'm adding it to our list. What about day 7?
Day 7, we're taking a day trip to the Jungfrau.
The Jungfrau?
Yes, nicknamed the top of Europe.
Okay.
It's the highest railway station in Europe, and the views from the top are simply spectacular. You'll be surrounded by glaciers, snow-capped peaks, and endless alpine beauty.
The Jungfraujoch. I've heard so much about it.
Yes.
What's the best way to get there?
You'll take a series of trains, starting with a scenic ride from Interlaken Ost to Grindelwald or Lauterbrunnen.
Okay.
Then you'll switch to the cogwheel train that takes you up to the Jungfrau. The whole journey is an experience in itself with breathtaking views along the way.
Wow. And once we get to the top, what should we do?
There's plenty to see and do. You can walk through the Ice Palace, a series of tunnels carved into a glacier, explore the Sphinx Observatory for panoramic views, or simply relax and soak up the alpine atmosphere. There are restaurants and cafes at the top, so you can even enjoy a meal with a view.
Okay, the Jungfraujoch is officially at the top of our must-do list.
All right.
Sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Now, day 8, we're leaving Interlaken and heading to the Gruyères region.
That's right. Day 8, we hop on a train to Gruyère, a charming medieval town nestled in the heart of the Gruyères region. This region is famous for its namesake cheese and some of the best chocolate in Switzerland.
Cheese and chocolate. I'm already drooling.
I know, right?
What should we prioritize in Gruyères?
Start by exploring the medieval town itself. It's a perfectly preserved town with cobblestone streets, charming shops, and stunning views of the surrounding countryside. Visit Gruyères Castle, a 13th century castle with a fascinating history.
Gruyères Castle. Okay, I'm adding that to the list. Any other historical spots that we shouldn't miss?
Well, the H.R. Geiger Museum might be a bit unexpected in a medieval town.
H.R. Geiger Museum.
Yeah, it showcases the works of H.R. Geiger, the Swiss artist who designed the creatures for the movie Alien.
Oh, wow.
So it's a bit dark and surreal, but fascinating nonetheless.
Okay, that's a little bit different.
It is.
I'm going to have to check that out. And we can't forget about the cheese and chocolate.
Of course. Visit La Maison du Gruyère, a cheese factory where you can learn about the traditional cheesemaking process and even try some samples.
Okay.
And for the chocolate lovers, Maison Kaya is a must. It's a chocolate factory where you can indulge in a chocolate tasting and learn about the history of Swiss chocolate.
A cheese factory and a chocolate tasting. I'm in heaven. This Gruyères region sounds absolutely delicious.
It is. It's a foodie's paradise.
Okay, what about day 9?
Day 9 is a free day to explore the Gruyères region at your own pace. You can hike in the surrounding hills, visit a local farm, or simply relax and enjoy the peacefulness of the countryside.
A free day to explore sounds perfect. I'm sure we'll discover some hidden gems along the way.
I'm sure you will.
Okay, now day 10, we're heading to Bern.
Yes. Day 10, we take a scenic train journey to Bern city with a unique blend of history, culture, and a laid-back vibe.
Okay, I'm looking forward to experiencing Bern's unique charm.
Yeah.
What should we do on our first day in the capital city?
Upon arrival in Bern, check into your accommodation and then head straight to the Old Town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's full of medieval architecture, cobblestone streets, and those iconic fountains. Visit the Zeitlog, the astronomical clock tower, which puts on a little show every hour.
The Zeitlog, I've seen pictures. It looks incredible.
Hmm.
Any other must-see spots in Bern's Old Town?
Definitely check out the Bern Minster, a magnificent Gothic cathedral. And for a unique perspective of the city, climb the Kaffeturm, a 13th century tower that offers panoramic views.
Panoramic views. I'm always up for that. What about day 11?
Day 11, it's time for that refreshing dip in the Aar River
Yes.
we talked about earlier.
I'm so excited for this.
It's a local tradition, especially during the warm summer months. So grab an inflatable raft or simply jump in and float down the river enjoying the views of the city. It's a unique and invigorating experience.
A dip in the Aar River sounds like the perfect way to cool off and experience Bern like a local.
It is.
Okay, so after our swim, what else should we do?
After drying off, visit the Bear Park, home to Bern's famous bears. Yes. It's a large park where you can observe the bears roaming in their natural habitat. It's a fun and educational experience for all ages.
The Bear Park sounds adorable.
Yeah.
I love that Bern has these kind of quirky little attractions.
Yes, it does.
Okay, what about day 12?
Day 12, we're taking a day trip to the Emmental region, known for its rolling hills, charming villages, and, of course, Emmental cheese.
Emmental cheese.
Yep.
Another cheese adventure.
Yes.
Okay, what should we do in the Emmental region?
Visit the Emmental Show Dairy, where you can learn about the traditional cheese-making process, and even try your hand at making your own cheese.
Ooh, fun.
Yes. Explore the charming village of Fultern in Emmental, the heart of the Emmental region.
Okay, the Emmental Show Dairy sounds like a fun and educational experience. Anything else we shouldn't miss in the Emmental region?
If you have time, visit the Cambly Experience, a factory and shop where you can indulge in all sorts of delicious Swiss biscuits. Cambly is a famous Swiss brand, and their biscuits are a real treat.
Swiss biscuits. My sweet tooth is going to be in overdrive on this
I
trip.
know, right?
Okay, so after our Emmental adventure, we head back to Bern for the night.
That's right. And on day 13, we bid farewell to Bern and take a scenic train journey to Montreux, the glamorous town on the shores of Lake Geneva.
Montreux. I'm ready for some lakeside glamour. What's on the agenda for our first day in Montreux?
Upon arrival in Montreux, check into your accommodation and then head straight to the lakeside promenade. It's a beautiful promenade lined with palm trees, flowers, and stunning views of Lake Geneva and the surrounding mountains.
Lakeside promenade, palm trees, mountain views. It sounds idyllic.
It is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
What else should we do on our first day in Montreux?
Visit the statue of Freddie Mercury, the legendary frontman of Queen.
Freddie Mercury.
Yes, he lived in Montreux.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, and recorded several albums here. And in the evening, find a cozy restaurant along the promenade and enjoy a delicious meal with a view.
Freddie Mercury in Montreux. Who knew? I'm learning so much about Switzerland on this deep dive.
Yes, you are.
Okay, now day 14, we're visiting Chillon Castle.
Absolutely. Day 14 is all about exploring Chillon Castle, one of the most visited historical monuments in Switzerland. This stunning medieval castle is perched on a tiny island in Lake Geneva, and it's full of history legends and breathtaking views. You can take a guided tour, explore the dungeons, and even imagine yourself as a knight or a princess back in medieval times.
I can't wait to see it. I've always been fascinated by castles. What about after our castle adventure?
After exploring Chillon Castle, take a stroll through the vineyards that surround Montreux. The Lavaux Vineyard Terraces are a UNESCO World Heritage Site and offer stunning views of the lake and the Alps. You can even visit a local winery and try some Swiss wine.
Swiss wine? I had no idea.
Yes, Switzerland makes some delicious wine.
Okay, wine tasting in the vineyards. That sounds delightful.
Yes, it is.
What about day 15?
Day 15 is a free day to explore Montreux and its surroundings. You can visit the Queen Studio Experience, a museum dedicated to the band Queen.
Okay.
Take a boat trip on Lake Geneva, or simply relax and enjoy the charming atmosphere of Montreux.
A free day to explore sounds perfect. I'm sure we'll find some hidden gems.
I think you will.
Okay, now day 16, we're heading to Geneva.
That's right. Day 16, we take a scenic train journey along Lake Geneva to Geneva, a city known for its international organizations, its cosmopolitan vibe, and its stunning setting on the lake. Upon arrival, check into your accommodation and then head straight to the Jet d'eau.
The Jet d'eau.
Yes, a giant fountain that shoots water 140 meters into the air. It's a symbol of Geneva and a must-see.
That's the one I've seen in all the pictures.
It is very impressive.
Yeah. Okay, what else should we see in Geneva?
Visit the Palais des Nations, the United Nations headquarters in Europe. You can take a guided tour and learn about the work of the UN. And if you're interested in humanitarian work, visit the International Red Cross and Red Crescent Museum.
Okay, the UN headquarters and the Red Cross Museum Geneva sounds like a fascinating blend of history, diplomacy, and humanitarianism. What about day 17?
Day 17 is all about exploring Geneva's Old Town, a charming district with narrow streets, historic buildings, and a lively atmosphere. Visit St. Peter's Cathedral, a landmark with stunning views from the top of its towers. And for a taste of Geneva's history, visit the Maison Tavel Geneva's oldest house, which is now a museum.
Okay, Geneva's Old Town sounds charming. Any other must-see spots in the Old Town?
Be sure to check out the Place du Bourg de Fort, a picturesque square with cafes and shops. It's a perfect place to relax and soak up the atmosphere of Geneva's Old Town.
I can just picture myself sipping coffee in that charming square, people watching and enjoying the ambiance.
I can see it now.
Okay, what about day 18?
Day 18, we're taking a day trip to CERN.
CERN?
Yes, the European Organization for Nuclear Research.
Okay.
It's one of the world's largest and most respected centers for scientific research. You can take a guided tour and learn about the fascinating work being done at CERN, including the Large Hadron Collider.
Okay, CERN. That's where they discovered the Higgs boson particle, right?
That's right.
I'm adding that to our list.
Yeah.
What about day 19?
Day 19 is a free day to explore Geneva and its surroundings. You can visit the Patek Philippe Museum, which showcases the history of watchmaking, take a boat trip on Lake Geneva, or simply relax in one of Geneva's many parks and gardens.
Another free day to explore. Perfect. We're nearing the end of our Swiss adventure.
I know.
I'm already feeling sad about leaving.
I know, it goes by fast.
It does. What's next on our itinerary?
Day 20, we bid farewell to Geneva and take a scenic train journey back to Zurich. It's time to reflect on our incredible journey and savor those last moments in Switzerland.
Back to Zurich, where our Swiss adventure began.
Yeah.
What should we do on our last day in Switzerland?
Upon arrival in Zurich, check back into your accommodation and then head to one of Zurich's many thermal baths.
Thermal baths.
Yes. It's a perfect way to relax and rejuvenate after your 3-week adventure. You can soak in the warm, mineral-rich water, enjoy a massage, or simply relax in the sauna.
Oh, that sounds amazing. What a perfect way to end our trip. Any specific thermal baths that you recommend?
The Herleman Brewery and Spa is a unique option. It's located in a former brewery and offers a variety of thermal baths, saunas, and treatments. Or for a more traditional experience, try the Thermal Bad and Spa Zurich, which has indoor and outdoor pools, saunas, and a steam bath.
Okay, I'm adding both of those to our list.
Okay.
Now, sadly, it's day 21, our last day in Switzerland.
I know.
What should we do before heading to the airport?
Enjoy a leisurely breakfast at your accommodation or a favorite cafe. Maybe take a final stroll along the Limmat River, revisit a favorite spot, or simply relax and soak up those last moments of Swiss charm.
Sounds like the perfect way to say goodbye to Switzerland.
It is.
This itinerary has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from bustling cities to charming towns, from stunning mountains to peaceful lakes.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. And remember, this is just a suggestion.
Right.
You can adjust it to fit your interests, your budget, and your travel style. The most important thing is to be open to new experiences and to savor every moment of your Swiss adventure.
Well said. Now, in part 3 of our deep dive, we'll go beyond the itinerary and delve into some essential tips for making your Swiss adventure as smooth and enjoyable as possible. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to our Swiss deep dive. We've covered so much ground already, from crafting that perfect itinerary to navigating the Swiss budget like a pro. But before you pack your bags and jet off to the land of chocolate and mountains, we have some essential tips to make your trip even smoother and more enjoyable.
Absolutely. Think of this as your Swiss survival guide. From cultural insights to practical know-how, that'll help you navigate everything from transportation to tipping.
Okay, I'm all ears. Let's start with those cultural insights. What do we need to know to avoid any faux pas and truly embrace the Swiss way of life?
Well, the Swiss are generally known for their punctuality and efficiency.
Okay.
So when you have train reservations or appointments, make sure to be on time.
Noted. Punctuality is key. What else?
Well, Switzerland is a multilingual country with 4 official languages.
Right.
German, French, Italian, and Romish.
Yeah.
English is widely spoken, especially in tourist areas. Okay. However, learning a few basic phrases in the local language of the region you're visiting will definitely be appreciated.
That's a great tip. I always try to learn a few basic phrases when I travel. It shows respect, and it can lead to some fun interactions with locals.
Absolutely. Even a simple "Grüezi" hello in the German-speaking regions or bonjour in the French-speaking parts can go a long way.
Okay, grüezi and bonjour. Check. What about tipping? Is it customary in Switzerland?
Tipping isn't as common in Switzerland as it is in some other countries, like the United States. Service charges are usually included in the bill at restaurants and hotels. However, it's always appreciated to round up the bill or leave a small tip for exceptional service.
Good to know. I'd rather over-tip than under-tip and accidentally offend someone. Now let's talk transportation. I'm a bit overwhelmed by all the options, trains, buses, boats, cable cars.
Right.
How do we choose the best mode of transportation for each leg of our journey?
Switzerland has an incredibly efficient and well-connected public transportation system, and with your Swiss Travel Pass, you'll have access to most of it. For longer distances between cities, trains are definitely the most efficient and comfortable option.
Okay. Trains for long distances. What about getting around within cities or exploring smaller towns?
For city transportation, trams, buses, and even walking are great options. Many cities also have excellent bike-sharing programs. And for those mountain adventures, you'll likely be using a combination of trains, cable cars, and funiculars.
This all sounds very efficient, but I have to admit the idea of navigating all these different transportation systems is a bit daunting.
Yeah.
Any tips for making it easier?
The Swiss Federal Railways website and app SBB are your best friends.
Okay.
You can plan your entire journey, check timetables, buy tickets, and even reserve seats all in one place.
The SBB app. Got it. I'm downloading that right now. Any other transportation tips?
Be aware that some mountain excursions, especially those to higher altitudes like the Jungfraujoch, can be affected by weather conditions. So it's always a good idea to check the forecast and be prepared for potential delays or cancellations.
Okay, checking the weather forecast, especially for mountain excursions. Got it. Now let's talk accommodation. We've discussed budget-friendly options like hostels and Airbnbs, but is there anything else we should consider when choosing where to stay?
Think about the location and proximity to the activities and sites you want to see. If you're planning to do a lot of hiking or exploring in the mountains, staying in a smaller village might be more convenient than staying in a larger city.
That makes sense. It's all about maximizing our time and minimizing travel time between destinations. Any other accommodation tips?
If you're traveling during peak season, book your accommodations in advance, especially if you have your heart set on a specific hotel or guest house. Switzerland is a popular destination and places can book up quickly.
Okay, booking in advance, especially during peak season. Noted. Now let's talk food. We've already discussed fondue and raclette, but what other culinary delights should we be sure to try in Switzerland?
Switzerland has a diverse culinary scene influenced by its neighboring countries, France, Italy, and Germany. Be sure to try Resti, a crispy potato dish, Älplermagronen, a hearty alpine pasta dish with cheese and potatoes, and Zürcher Geschnetzeltes, a classic veal dish with a creamy mushroom sauce.
All those dishes sound amazing. I'm
Yeah.
getting hungry just thinking about it. Any recommendations for specific restaurants or places to find these local specialties?
It's always a good idea to ask locals for recommendations. They often know the best hidden gems and local favorites. You can also check online reviews or food blogs for inspiration.
Asking locals and checking online reviews. Great advice. Now what about packing? What are the absolute essentials for a 3-week Swiss adventure?
Comfortable walking shoes are a must. You'll be doing a lot of walking whether you're exploring cities or hiking in the mountains.
Comfortable shoes, check. What else?
Pack for all types of weather, even if you're traveling during the summer month. Switzerland's weather can be unpredictable, so be prepared for sunshine, rain, and even snow, especially at higher altitudes.
Layers, layers, layers. Got it. Anything else we shouldn't forget to pack?
A universal adapter is essential for charging your electronics. Switzerland uses a different type of plug than many other countries. And if you're planning on using your phone for navigation maps or taking lots of pictures, consider bringing a portable charger. You don't want to run out of battery in the middle of a mountain hike.
Portable charger. Great tip. I'm always worried about my phone dying on me when I'm traveling.
You bet.
Any other packing essentials?
A small backpack is handy for day trips and carrying essentials like water smacks and sunscreen. And don't forget a reusable water bottle. Switzerland has excellent tap water, so you can stay hydrated without spending money on bottled water.
Okay. Reusable water bottle check. Now, before we wrap up our Swiss deep dive, any final words of wisdom for our listeners before they embark on their Swiss adventure?
Embrace the Swiss way of life. Be open to new experiences. Try the local cuisine and don't be afraid to get off the beaten path. Switzerland is a country that rewards curiosity and exploration.
Well said. And remember, this is your trip. Don't be afraid to deviate from the itinerary if something sparks your interest. Be spontaneous. have fun, and savor every moment of your Swiss adventure.
Happy travels.
And that wraps up our Swiss Deep Dive. We hope you feel inspired and prepared to plan your own unforgettable journey to this magical country.
We had so much fun exploring Switzerland with you.
Yes, we did. Until next time, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep diving deep.